Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we will be looking at database management. So we have a tutorial where we'll be creating tables using Microsoft Access. For the previous tutorials that I did, one of the tutorials that I did was to import tables from Excel to database, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to create the tables from database from scratch. Alright, for the persons who have watched my tutorials before, you would have known that I do these tutorials of question based. So I use a question to execute a task so that persons can typically understand exactly what to do. Alright, now what's going to happen is that we're going to do the same thing today. For those who are here for the first time, please subscribe and like our video, right? For more tutorials like these and even more other videos, click on the link at the top right hand corner for other videos similar to this and check out our channel. Alright, so let's go. So this question is asking us, right, to create a database for a man known as Mr. Baxter, right, for his customers, right? And these database this database will of course contain tables and fields, right? And we will set the appropriate and necessary details for each field. Alright, so let's begin. So the first thing that you need to do is to open Microsoft Access, right? And click on blank desktop database. Right? I'm going to name this sample tutorial. Alright. Then after we have done that, right, the first thing that you're going to see is this right here, a table, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to right click on that table 1, select design view, and we're going to rename this customer, right? Because we have 3 tables to create according to the question. We have customer, job, and service table to create. So the first field that we need is customer ID. The second is customer first name. The third is customer last name. The fourth and fifth respectively is contact and email. Alright, so let's go. Cust ID. Alright, this is going to be a short text. The reason being it's going to be a short text is because it's going to have a combination of letters and numbers. Alright, the description is going to be stores, customer ID. Right? If you realize the customer ID has a little key beside of it, and this is because this is the primary key, because this will uniquely identify each customer. No customer, their ID numbers will be repeated with another person. So everybody would have their own ID number, which is different from every other person. It is similar to your what do you call it now? Your social security card number. Alright? So, moving on to the next one. Cus first name. So it's cus F name. Short text. Stores. Customer. First name. There's some house cleaning that needs to be done after we have put in these field names. Alright, I'm just putting these first. Okay, so what are these house cleaning? So customer ID, the field size should be 6, which means that only 6 characters will be allowed, right? When they are placed in. For the caption, you're going to write out the entire thing, customer ID. Wonderful. Customer first name, I'm going to put it at 25. Customer last name, I'm going to put at 25 as well. And you're going to do the same thing for the caption for each one of those. Customer first name, customer last name. Okay, let us see what else the question said that we should have on it. So we need contact and email. So here I have contact, right? Stores phone number of customer. Wonderful. So for this one now, you're going to click on input mask. This is right here. Click the space right here. When you go to the end where you see these 3 horizontal dots, you click on it. You're going to select yes. You're going to select the first one that says phone number. You click on next. Because this is Jamaica, our area code will be 876. Whichever country you are in, that's the area code that you're going to use in the brackets. You select next. Make sure you set the one that says with the symbols in the mask like this, because this is the format that you want to be seen right here. Click on next, and then you click on finish. Alright, field size 17. Then you have email. Alright, and the data type for that will be hyperlink. And you're going to have store or store's email address for customer. Alright, then you're going to close the table right here that says close customer. Alright, yes. And then we're going to move on to the other tables, which is job and services. Now we're going to do the services tables first because there's a specific reason why we want to do so, and I'm going to show you why that is so. Alright, so let us go. Services table. So you go to create, you click on table, right, and we're going to right click design view, and we're going to rename this service TBL, which stands for table. Okay, right, so what does the service table has? So it has service ID, S type, which is the service type, and cost. So we're gonna have Sir ID. Right, you don't have to put any form of description for the other tables, only the customer table. If you wish to do so, no problem. Alright, for the field size for this one, I'm going to put it at 10. Right, and the caption will be service ID. Right, then we have Sir type, which is a service type. Alright, I'm going to put the field size to 25. And then the final one will be cost. Now for the data type for cost, it's going to be currency, because it's money we're talking about. Alright, and the decimal places, put it to 2. Alright, so service type, service ID. Alright, wonderful. Now the service type would be typically the type of service that his business, Mr. Baxter, would offer. Alright, good. So we are going to close, and yes, we are going to save. Now we are going to start the job table. So you click on create, click on table, right click, design view, job TBL, job table. Alright, so let us see what the job table entails. So you have customer ID, service day, paid, pay date, and payment type. Alright, it's a handful. So let's go. Cost ID, right? Short text. Service ID and service day. We're gonna do the field size and so forth after we have typed everything in these fields. Paid, pay date, and payment type. Paid, P day, and P type. Alright, good. So let's go. So customer ID, remember in the first one that we did, it would have been 6. Right, service ID would have been 10. Right, caption, service ID, caption for that one. Customer ID, service day. So the day, service day is which day of the week, and Wednesday is the longest day of the week as relates to characters. How many characters is that? What, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I'm gonna put it at 10. Caption, service a day. Alright, and paid. So this is gonna be currency. Right, payment day, would be date and time. Where is it? Date or time, I should say, sorry. Payment day. Payment type. Cash card or check. And check is the longest. Out of those 3, check is the longest word. Right? I'm going to put 7 characters there. So if we're going to put a validation, we're going to put a validation rule. Right? And validation rule would be cash or card or check. Alright? And then we have an invalid text, which means invalid payment type entered. So if anything except these 3